This is a push stick. The push stick has a blunt end and a end that looks like a mouth. And the mouth can go onto the edge of your car quite often and give you a little bit of purchase like that onto the edge of your car. And sometimes that won't work. You'll need to use the other end and hold it like this so you can get some purchase out there. The mouth sometimes will hit down here instead. The push stick, when you're done with it, you put it back here. Each one of the saws has a push stick hanging off the right hand side of it. That's where you'll find them, and that's where they go back when you're done. Now you're ready to cut, and you've got everything planned out. You come up to the jigsaw, and you're ready to go. One thing about this, before you really get cutting, is that these push down, hold down devices are down pretty low to keep it from jumping up and down. So a lot of times you must pick up on the block to get it underneath there. Sometimes it won't fit. You've got to pick it up in order to get it underneath. The other thing is, on all of these, there's a piece of tape or a mark like this that goes out straight from the edge of the from the blade, and you want to line up your work so you've got that. The blade lines up with your line, which lines up with this line here. Now I've got my push stick here, and my work is off of my blade a little bit, but underneath the hold down device, and I'm going to turn this on, and I'm just going to gently push this in, and I'm done with my first cut. And I can leave it continue to run, or I can turn it off. Most of you in the beginning are going to turn it off because you aren't going to be as comfortable as you want. I'm going to turn this off. And now I'm going to line this up so it's coming in here, and I get onto my line, and I'm going to turn that around and make that curve, and this whole back section is going to fall out. But you see that I'm not like this. That's silly. I wouldn't cut right down there, because then how can I turn it? I'm angling it in so I can get onto that curve and turn it. And you'll also notice that my push stick will be here near the blade. My backhand will be the one that's turning it, and I'm going to go quite slow. Go in, and now I'm just easing this around. My push stick isn't doing very much at all. My backhand is the one that's turning the block of wood. The hand behind there isn't in any danger. Now I might give it a gentle push with my push stick. Then I just pull that out of there when it's done. And now you can see I went that way. Now my arrow says I'm going to go this way. So I ease it in like this. There's all sorts of different ways to get it in there. And I'm not cutting it like this at first. I'm going to start it off, ease it over there. I'm going to go in here, pull it back a little bit. And now I'm easing my front hand around in order to get that nice easy curve. Nice and slow. Not like a turtle, but somewhere in between. Okay, now I know that number 4 is my next cut. Number 4 is my next cut. There's no way I can really turn that corner very well. So number 4 will be my next cut. I line up the blade with that line, with this line, and now that first line that I cut was something that I had put on there. And now, probably it's number, this would be my, says 6, but that's probably 5 there. And I just start off of my thing, lined up that with this, scoot that over a little bit, and push this in. Again, this is kind of my guide hand in the back. Okay, now I've got a piece in there. Now, I've got that right there that I need to cut off. So, but I've already cut down here. It's really going to be easy. Just boop, cut that right off. Again, I just put it up underneath there, twist it in kind of, and pull it back from the blade. My push stick in here. And it's all lined up before I ever cut. So it cuts out nice. Now I'm on cut 7. I line it up before I start to cut. Blade with line, with the line on the thing, off of the blade a bit. Put my push stick here. Bring it back. Now I have a relief cut right here. Number 8 is a relief cut that I put in there with my French curve. And I'm just going to put this up here like that. And I'm going to bring that down until I'm right here. And then you'll see that I can cut that out and turn around and do number 10. Lined up, make a nice slow turn into there. You don't want abrupt turns. If I get off of that line a little bit, it's not a big deal. You see I'm switching my hands. Moving into that flat line. And I'm stopping there. Now I bring it back out. I'm going to ease it back out. It's going to find its own way usually. Don't be too crazy there. If you need help, ask me to help you ease it out. And then I'm going to line everything up here. Okay, the blade is lined up with the line, which is also lined up with the line on the table. Put that in there like that. And then stop it, because I've got that in there. Pull it out. Throw it in the box. And now you can see that I've come in here. I've made my relief cut. I made this cut. Now I'm going to turn around, and this arrow indicates I'm going to go that way. I line it up. It's almost parallel with the blade. The hand's going to go back there, turn it on, pick up my push stick. Okay, here I've got this cut, and I'm going to turn the corner here right at that point and go down, and you're going to see why that push stick is essential at this point. See, I just feed this in here, and it starts on, basically the blade is parallel with the line, and I take it a little bit off, and then I start this, get my push stick right in here. My other hand is back there. You can see my thumb. I just ease that in. Now it's definitely in the wood and cutting. I get to my corner, and I have one of two choices here. I could just try to take the corner, or if I don't feel like I can easily just push this off. And this is where the push stick really gets important. You wouldn't want your hand in there. And really, I wanted to illustrate that, but I don't have to have my push stick hit that. I can be pulling with my back hand. Then I'm going to put my backhand, switch them up, and I'm going to start in here like this. I'm going to line up my lines. And this is lined up with that. Nice straight line there. It's pretty good. And I'm going to put my push stick in there. And I'm pushing with my backhand. Just kind of pulling with my backhand. Then I'm done. You can see why we run our push stick there. Got a little bit of scrap in there. Get behind the blade and pull it out. And then there is still some question about curves. It seems that I'm supposed to go in this direction on that curve, and then I'll be done with the front view of the car. So I'm going to line that up. It's almost parallel again, not perpendicular to the block. It's off the blade. I start. This is probably about what I do with a push stick. Then I probably, see, you can just turn that around. That's why that hold down device is really key. And might get off my line, may have to readjust. Turn it off. And now you can see that the car is cut out in the front view, and I'm ready to start doing things with the top view.